The last thing you want is to follow a perfectly good muscle building plan only to find that you are really not making any progress. So today I want to go over the 7 most common mistakes that are stopping you from gaining muscle, and of course, how to fix them. The first mistake is overtraining and under-recovering. Now this is something that I see all too often, especially with people who are new to resistance training. They think that they need to be in the gym 7 days a week, doing multiple grueling workouts per day, because they believe that more is better. But the reality is that too much training can actually slow down your progress. This is what we call the interference effect, where overtraining impairs recovery, which then reduces performance. This leads to an incomplete training stimulus, which means less muscle growth. And the worst part is that this is also you end up asking yourself questions like, what's the point? It doesn't matter how hard I work, I'm never going to get big. And that's what keeps most people trapped in this cycle forever. So if you don't want this to happen to you, make sure you have enough rest days. Have at least 1 full rest day for every 3 training days. And when you say training days, I mean actual heavy lifting sessions, not cardio or other types of physical activity. It's during these rest days that your body repairs muscle tissue, replenishes energy stores, and most importantly, it releases important anabolic hormones such as testosterone and IGF-1. So remember, it's not just about working hard, it's also about working smart. Another mistake that holds people back is inconsistent nutrition habits. So let's say you eat really clean 3 times per day, but the rest of the time you're either too busy or too lazy to prepare healthy meals. So you end up ordering takeout or eating whatever you can find around you. Well, that's still considered inconsistent, because for muscle growth, you must remain in a calorie surplus every single day, not just occasionally. Otherwise, your body will simply burn off any excess calories through increased thermogenesis and then start breaking down muscle for fuel, which is obviously counterproductive. So what's the best way to fix this problem? First, you need to track your calories so that you know exactly how much you're consuming each day. And if you're struggling to do that, you can use an app like MyFitnessPal or a spreadsheet. Then look for patterns in your daily routine. Identify the times of the day when you tend to eat mindlessly and try to replace those unhealthy snacks with healthier alternatives. For example, if you're hungry between meals, keep some protein-rich foods on hand such as Greek yogurt or hard-boiled eggs. These foods will help curb your appetite while providing essential nutrients and keeping you in a calorie surplus. Another tactic you can use is to always have a meal prep container with you wherever you go. Fill it with a balanced combination of protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats like avocados, and that way you'll always have a nutritious meal option ready to go whenever you feel hungry. Trust me, even if it feels annoying and unnatural at first, once you develop consistent nutrition habits, it'll become second nature and you will all finally stop wasting food by throwing it away or letting it go bad. And that alone can save you hundreds of dollars per month. Next, relying too much on supplements. Okay, supplements can be a great tool for boosting your gains, but they're not a magic pill. If you're not eating real whole food, no supplement is gonna save you. Let's start with whey, the most popular supplement for muscle gain. Yes, it contains all 9 essential amino acids, has a high biological value and is quickly digested, but it's missing something crucial, the amino acid leucine. Leucine is what triggers muscle protein synthesis, which is the process of building muscle. So it's pretty pointless taking whey without sufficient levels of leucine. And guess what? Whey is actually low in leucine compared to other protein sources. Next, we have creatine. It can definitely improve your performance and potentially speed up your gains, but it's not a substitute for proper nutrition. Both creatine and beta-alanine can cause stomach discomfort, especially when you first start taking them. And that's why many people prefer creatine hydrochloride, because it's less likely to cause stomach problems. So bottom line, supplements are just meant to complement your diet and training. They shouldn't replace the real deal. And that brings us to the 4th mistake, no progressive overload. So you show up to the gym, you lift some weights, and then you wonder why you're not getting any bigger. Well, it's probably because you're not progressively overloading. This simply means that you need to increase the stress placed upon your muscles over time. Without it, your body has no reason to grow and adapt. Let's say you can currently bench press 100 pounds for 8 reps. To overload your muscles, you need to increase that workload over time. So next time you train your chest, try to push yourself to do 9 reps or 105 reps. And each time you train that muscle group, aim to do 1 more rep than before. Or if you can't quite manage another rep, at least aim to increase the weight load. Of course, you don't need to do this every single time you step into the gym. You can take sets to failure every now and then to stimulate more growth. But generally, you should aim to increase the overall workload by about 5% per week. When you do this consistently, your body will respond by building more muscle and increasing strength. And remember, progressive overload doesn't just apply to weightlifting. It applies to any form of exercise: running, cycling, swimming, calisthenics. It doesn't matter. As long as you're pushing yourself beyond your previous limits, your body will adapt and become stronger. Now, speaking of adaptation, that brings us to mistake number 5, poor sleep and recovery. Sleep is one of the most important factors when it comes to muscle growth. This is because while you're sleeping, your body releases several hormones that promote tissue repair and muscle growth. including testosterone and human growth hormone. So if you're not getting enough sleep, your gains will suffer. In fact, studies show that getting insufficient sleep can lead to a decrease in testosterone levels, a breakdown of muscle tissue, and an increase in body fat. And this is known as the anabolic paradox. So make sure to prioritize sleep and aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. To improve your sleep, establish a regular sleep schedule by going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Ensure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool, and avoid using screens before bed. Remember, there's no shortcut to muscle growth, and sacrificing on sleep won't help you get there faster. Okay, the sixth mistake is skipping leg day or only training your favorites. This is a huge mistake that will hold back your progress and leave you with an unsymmetrical physique. Your legs make up half of your body mass, so by neglecting them, you're missing out on a significant opportunity for growth. And it doesn't matter if you're trying to build muscle or increase your overall strength. Both require you to train your entire body, not just your favorite muscle groups. Plus, leg exercises like squats and deadlifts are compound movements that engage multiple muscle groups, including your core and back. They also stimulate the release of testosterone and growth hormone, which can benefit other areas of your training. So if you're someone who skips leg day, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're not training your full potential. Your legs might be lagging behind, but with some focused attention, they can catch up and contribute significantly to your overall growth. So make sure you include a variety of exercises that target all major muscle groups, including your legs. Aim for at least 2 to 3 leg exercises per workout and gradually increase the weight load or reps over time. And if you're someone who only trains their favorite muscle groups, well, you're not only missing out on the benefits of training your whole body, but you're also limiting your gains by only focusing on a few muscles at a time. So it's time to drop that ego and embrace a well-rounded approach to training. Make sure you give all the muscles the attention they deserve. And the seventh mistake is impatience in comparing yourself to others. Remember, everyone starts at a different point and has a unique set of circumstances. Comparing yourself to others will only cause unnecessary stress and make you question whether you're on the right track. Instead, focus on your own goals and celebrate your own achievements. Another way to avoid comparing yourself to others is to remove yourself from social media. Social media is filled with influencers who seem to be progressing faster than the speed of light. But don't let that fool you. These influencers often have access to resources that the average person does not, such as personal trainers, nutritionists, chefs, and most importantly, they have connections to pharmaceutical companies. They get access to cutting-edge supplements and medications that aren't available to the general public. So if you want to make real progress, focus on what works for you. Do you want to get caught up in the hype of the latest fitness trend or compare yourself to people who have access to resources that you do want? Instead, trust the process and be patient. Results may not come overnight, but with consistency and hard work, you'll eventually reach your goals.